Doom and Gloom CGA brought to you by the... All right, Doom and Gloom CGA, we have some things to report on the front. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty time for the U.S. politics, and they're pulling out all the stops and getting you more, because most people are late voters. They're not paying attention all year long, and certainly not all for the 3 years or 4 years that the presidents are running, and everybody thinks people are paying attention. A lot of people aren't paying attention, so they only pay attention here now to the last 2 weeks. And they're trying to reach the deaf, dumb, and the blind. They are. All right, and so here's what we got going on here on the political front is, number one, this is something that has just been released about Tampon Tim Wals. It says Tim Wals accused of pushing Chinese Communist Party's officials' daughter to the brink of self-deletion during storm-tossed love affair in the 1980s. All right, he made me feel cheap, according to the Ling Ling, and there's Tampon Tim out there, and he was a whole problem out there. And the lady in China, you know, he's a communist out there, but allegedly, he was having a problem out there.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, he definitely was having these Ling Lings go crazy, and there's said Ling Ling right there. Look, Jenna Wang. All right.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, allegedly pushed her to the brink of self-deletion out here, man. It's an evil world out here to this ninja. All right, what did she say, man? What does she have to say about the ninja right there? Let me see if I can play the video here. We'll read it off here. Tim Wals accused of pushing the Chinese official's daughter to the brink of self-deletion. And according to this love affair right here, new details have emerged of a stormy 1989 love affair between Tampon Tim and the future Democratic vice presidential nominee, that's him, and Jenna Wang out there. Jenna Wang, shout out to Jenna Wang out there. What does she want to do?
I like to get dominated.
All right, she's the daughter of the Chinese Communist Party's official right here during Waltz's teaching stint in China. You guys know this dude a whole Marxist. He a whole communist, right? This dude is a whole communist. He's dating the Communist Party's daughter. I mean, Jesus, how close can you get at this particular point? And there's Tampon Tim, now 59, told the Post in the phone interview that she had fallen head over heels for the now Minnesota governor. All right. And he had to break her heart.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right. She expected the fling to end in a proposal, but instead it resulted in a breakup that made her feel cheap and considered taking her own life. He got it for free, essentially. He got it for free. All right, she wanted to self-delete. All right, how they dig this woman up, bruh? This is kind of fucked up. I really don't like when they bring up old women. All right, but it is what it is. It's Tampon Tim at the end of the day. The Democratic Party, between Tampon Tim and, Kamala Harris's husband.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
The you-know-who-ish husband beating on women, allegedly impregnating nannies. These two are the biggest misogynists that you will possibly ever run. All right, they running pure misogynists out here. All right, so here we go right here. He didn't pay her, essentially. That's what she's saying. And it says right here, the Daily Mail first reported on the allegations that from Wang, who fled China for Italy a few years after the ill-fated romance. She went to Italy. She looked for another white man.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, hey man, everybody knows almost many Asian women's first romance is with an old white man. All right, that is. All right, they like old white men. All right, they like it. And they be like,
American people ain't kind of fuck.
All right, they like that. It ain't even Thursday. All right, shout out to that Ling Ling. All right, apparently here the political arena is heating up. Take a look at this. Allegedly, mail ballot boxes have been set on fire across many states. Hundreds of votes destroyed. Oh, no. All right, this is getting sad out here, man. Oh, who puts their vote in a ballot box? I mean, damn, this is 2024. Official ballot box, they blowing them up. Do you think this is the Democrats or the Republicans? Are these the anarchists? Who are they? according to this media report right here in Phoenix.
In targeting a U.S. Postal Service blue box that went up in flames, torching more than a dozen ballots. And just into our newsroom in the last half hour, an arrest in that arson and vandalism of an official mail collection box in Phoenix. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego posting on social media, confirming an arrest, thanking the swift action of Phoenix police and fire and federal partners. We're told the suspect is en route to booking right now. An arrest in an overnight arson targeting a U.S.
Now, I'm going to tell you, there's only one group that needs to do this, and that's the Democrats. Right? So I don't know who to blame in this situation because they both prone to be able to do some shit like this. This stuff has been done for many, many decades and centuries in America. But the Democrats are really the only ones that can benefit doing from this. So it would be some sort of Democratic allied person that would do this. Kamala Harris needs each and every vote. And obviously, if that's in Phoenix, Arizona, you definitely need each and every vote. Kamala Harris needs every vote. All right, so she would be the side that would benefit the most from this type of activity here. And there is an incendiary device discovered inside of a ballot box here in Portland, Oregon, home of the other white meat. Shout out to Tom Likas, Portland, Oregon, going through it. Well, you know, there's a lot of anarchists there in Portland, as they call them. Yeah, there's a lot of anarchists there in Portland. All right, but that's going to go liberal. So maybe that's the Republicans there, all right? You're not turning Oregon red, so why would you even waste time? All right, it's already getting litty. Donald Trump already on the ropes. The fix is in, yes. New world order. All right, the fix be in, bruh. All right, be ready, man. Hey, man, if Kamala Harris walks across that stage, raising her hands and smiling, it's going to be a doomish day. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to be like, oh, the humanity. All right, that would have been the fixes in. Speaking of the New World Order. New World Order. All right, we got Elon Musk on track to trillionaire status by 2025. Or 2027. I actually predicted that he will be the first trillionaire on paper. There's not $1 trillion that he has. Net worth $1 trillion. And he's doing phenomenal things with SpaceX. You know, the government needs him. He is the modern day John D. Rockefeller. He's the modern day Andrew Carnegie. He's the modern day the Commodore, the Vanderbilt. He's the modern day millionaire boss man. And he will have, why I call this doomish, although Elon Musk does some things that I like. This is probably not a good thing. All right, just to let you know, this is probably going to backfire on the rest of us in the long run. But there's nothing we can stop it. It is what it is, and I ain't trying to stop it. It says Elon Musk is on track to become the world's first trillionaire by 2027 with his current net worth of $237 billion, growing at an annual rate of 110%. Oh, the humanity. I would love that type of return. All right. The report right there says that predicts that the Indian businessman named, I can't pronounce his name, Adani, will achieve trillionaire status by 2028, followed by NVIDIA's Mr. Huang or Hong. I don't know how you pronounce that either. And Meta's Mark Zuckerberg by 2030. All right, so these people are going to trillionaire status. The first ones here, Musk's diverse ventures include Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink. New world all order. Contributing to his rapid financial growth. All right, and somebody else, Rupert Murdoch's son, remains a highly private figure amidst his family's historical, public, and controversial status, which their status includes that they're trying to prevent women from taking some of this fortune. Rupert Murdoch marrying a younger woman, although it's a younger woman in her 60s. All right, which is, I believe, his 6th marriage. All right, man, this shit is crazy out here. All right, it's crazy out here. So anyway, isn't that interesting? We will see how that pans out. Neuralink for the future. Skynet, Skytel, all of that shit. All right, man, what an interesting show. Did you guys see at the Republican convention? I didn't have it queued up here. I'm sorry, not the Republican convention. It was a rally. It was a MAGA rally in New York City. Let me see if I can pull this up. Apparently, people are all pissed off about a comment made about Puerto Rico, which you guys know Puerto Rico is one of our, if I can get it right, territories. if I want to explain Puerto Rico and what it means to the United States, it became part of a territory due to one of the wars that we fought to obtain Puerto Rico as a territory against one of the Spanish. I can't remember if it was part of the wars that got Florida involved with it. I can't remember historically where it fall in line, but it's been a territory for the United States for a long time. Although it is separate, it's a separate nation, if you will. It is a territory of the United States. They are not a state. They're just a territory. However, all right, they are still under us. Like they get funding from the United States. So it is quite the complicated scenario that people don't really consider Puerto Rico as a part of the United States. All right, it is kind of crazy. So they get funding from us. If they ever go through something, they get funding. Well, here's the thing about it. The MAGAs had a major convention in New York City at Madison Square Garden, and they filled up the place with you-know-whoishes and Catholics and Irishes and LBGTQs, all right, and Negras. All right, they filled them up with white supremacists and stand down and stand back Negras. All right, so all kind of people here. All right, and so here it is right here. A comedian, he calls himself Tom Hinchcliff. He stirred up controversy on his offensive statements regarding Puerto Rico. By the way, Puerto Rico ho, shout out to the Boricuas and the Morenas. All right, but I appreciate all the Puerto Rican women. If there's any Puerto Rican women out here, let me know. All right, I will bring your ass up here too. All right, and you better look like Lisa. All right, so anyway, let's get to the show here.
It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Oh, no.
Oh, the humanity. Right. Okay. We're getting there. No, it is absolutely.
Damn, so he called it a floating island of garbage. Oh, my.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, that definitely is on some, well, technically. All right, let me see here, just so we can pull this up. There is some very, very horrible video footage of what's going on here in Puerto Rico and the islands of the Hispaniola and the Caribbeans. There is garbage in Puerto Rico. So the landfills are overflowing into the beautiful, pristine, beautiful turquoise waters of Puerto Rico. All right, so what he's saying is somewhat true. And if you actually know these islands, they don't have good landfill out there. I don't know if anybody can do anything about that. All right. You will, if you get in some of these waters, there is lots of trash in these areas. So that's what he was talking about. These Caribbean islands don't do very well with their trash. So that's what he was more or less talking about. And there's some videos you can pull up online. Although if you go to the beautiful cities, you might not see anything like this. All right. But yeah, there is a waste management problem in Puerto Rico or any of these islands in the Caribbeans. Haiti, Hispaniola, Dominican Republic, which is Hispaniola. There are some problems with trash there. So yes, although here's the deal. So here's the deal. They're trying to take any statement that is going to be incendiary, that is going to be provocative. For the late voters who have never made up their mind yet, they're trying to get any provocative statement made by anybody, a Democrat or a Republican, and they're trying to get people to sway their vote. Oh, okay, there's the MAGA parties in New York City and doing a whole Ku Klux Klan rally. And so when he makes this statement, they actually give a little bit of credibility to the MAGAs being racists. All right, that's what they want to paint the MAGA as. So if he says that there's a floating island of trash called Puerto Rico, that definitely will get people thinking. All right, the normies, not me. That does nothing for me. It's still Trump 2024 for me. But you guys know the normies and the oxygen thieves will go for this and fall for it hook, line, and sinker.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Oh, no. Not even the people in the audience like that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, tough crowd there. Yeah. All right, tough crowd. But Puerto Rican women, if you don't want to sleep in trash, you can sleep in a motel room that I provide for one evening. That's Doom and Gloom CGA.